Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you guys doing? It is Tuesday. Welcome to the show. It's Kirsten Liebelt. I think I put on red because I was feeling sassy this morning. I'm not sure. I think that's what's going on. I don't know. Come on in, you guys. So if you don't know this, there are you go through these waves when you're doing, social media type stuff. You go through these waves where you just get a bunch of new followers, you get a bunch of new people. And it's like, the algorithm just is in your favor. And I know there are so many new people here right now. So let me just quickly tell you, my name is Kirsten Liebelt and I live in Minnesota. I homeschooled for 20 years. I have 3 adult children. I have 3 grandbabies. They call me Nona. My dad was 100% Italian. My mom was 100% Swedish. When I was growing up, my dad used to introduce us to his friends as his little swagos, which, I had no idea that dago was derogatory. I still to this day couldn't even tell you what dago, why that would be. I never looked it up, so it doesn't matter to me. But anyway, and my dad was a type 2 diabetic, insulin dependent ever since he was diagnosed when I was born. And then all I ever knew him was insulin dependent, with hypodermic needles, etc. And then we just lived this life of hospital things and emergency things. And, they'd have to fly me. I've lived in Minnesota my whole life, except for about 8 years in the 90s. I lived out in the Black Hills of South Dakota, which was just a gift from God that we got to live out there for 8 years. And as a family, we love going back. Like we've gone back and we've rented like really fun Airbnbs at, way up in the hills, and it's just gorgeous. But anyway, I digress. But during that season, I'd have to have emergency flights back home because my dad was having emergency angiograms. He was having emergency everything, blah, blah, blah. And that's been kind of my whole life. And so I basically hit my 20s and I was gestational diabetic with my first baby. And I never processed the fact that I could do anything about my own destiny, about my own future. That never dawned on me because I was always just told that everything was genetic. And by the time I was 30, my dad died. So he was 63 years old. He was like so young. You have no idea, since now I'm 60, almost 61. Like, wow, he was young, but it's true. So he was so young. And at some point in my world, in my eating everything white, not paying attention to my body world, increasing my size to a 2X, by the time I got to be 50. And I basically at some point went, something's not right with this picture, that he was on all those meds and he had all those like really, like nothing was supposed to help him turn this around. Like I couldn't understand. So I dove in and I decided to do my 50s, my decade of my 50s, completely opposite of what he did. Completely opposite. He had every medication known to mankind on a Lazy Susan. This is like, what, 30 years ago? And then he's dead at 63. And I'm like, I'm pretty much not going to do that. I have no idea what I'm going to do since I'm like so sugar addicted and, poster child for never paying attention to, like, no exercising, no supplementing, no, I'm 50, no exercising, no supplementing, no nothing. I should probably do something about this. So I took my 50s and I dove in and I began to find out, oh my gosh, this is 100% reversible. Like, whoa. I started studying people like Dr. Ken Berry and Dr. Eric Berg, et cetera. And I started to gain information. I'm like, well, what do you mean if your liver is sluggish, you can't burn fat? Like why don't I know this information? And through like taking supplementation to a very different level for me, because I didn't supplement at all, but I'm like, I'm not going to just start taking a bunch of pills. Like, I don't do that to begin with. Why am I going to just start like taking something that doesn't make sense to me? That's not what I was going to do. So I started to very much target my supplementation towards insulin resistance. And I ended up losing 3 sizes in my 50s. And this is after my cycle stopped. And the reason why I say that is because we might be in our heads saying things like, oh, you know what? This is just what it is. I'm just getting older. Your metabolism slows down. There's no hope for me now. Why should I even bother? oh, well, I'll make the best of it. Listen, I've had all of those thoughts. Mine started at like 37, and I'm not even joking. Like I thought I should just embrace being obese and Italian at like 37. Um, but now I get to talk to you guys like every day. So that's a little introduction to me for all of the new people. Welcome. It's so, so good to have you here. I hear from at least one person every single day that says, I'm so glad that like I found you, or I like, your content, or I like just listening, because I think it just infuses some hope into you that if somebody like myself can actually turn things around naturally, so can you. And my results, like the fruit of my effort, is that I've lost 3 sizes in my 50s. I've kept it off. That's the biggest part of the sentence. I'm 60. I'm not on any meds, and I'm the only person in my immediate family to have completely avoided type 2. So I just feel like I have learned from some of the best and been able to then bring that to you. So, all right, blah, blah, blah. That's enough about me. Now I want to say hi to you guys because I can see you guys saying hi to me. So here we go. Good morning, Deborah. Chilly, Florida Panhandle. It's chilly there. Interesting. Sue, good morning. Magda, good morning from New York. Patty, good morning, sweet lady Patty. She always says sweet lady Kirsten. Happy Tuesday, Jan, friend Jan, right here in the cities. Happy Tuesday morning, Sharon, Canada. Rose, a new one from Canada. Oh, yay. Everybody stop and clap for the Canadians. Oshawa, Ontario. I love that. I'm in Minnesota, so I'm a little close to Canada, but that's wonderful. Nice to meet you, Rose. I have good Canadians that hang out around here, so I love that very, very much. My husband, actually, I probably literally never said this to you guys before. Good morning, Oregon, USA. Good morning, Missouri. Oh my gosh, you guys are so fun. My husband, so I've told you this part, he has been in Christian radio for 42 years. And that is whatever. And so we met at college here in Minneapolis at Northwestern College. But before that, he had gone to college at North American Baptist Bible College in Edmonton, Alberta. So just whatever. He went to Canada for a while and went to college. London, holy shnikey, London is in the house. So fun. Well, hello. Yep, it's evening in the UK. Well, welcome in. I hope this helps your evening just a little bit. So basically what we do is every single day we come on here Monday through Friday, Long Island, New York. I love that so much. Oh, I want to go to New York. I've been to Lake George. That's about it. But I want to go to the city and I want to see all of the sites in New York very, very much. My husband has done that. So that's kind of on my list of things to do. But Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, you can set your clock on your phone or whatever. We come here and we talk about insulin resistance and what it's doing to your body. And then I want to always give you really practical things that you can be doing in your own world. I also want to confirm things that are in your brain or that you are like, like today we're going to talk about how you're actually not crazy. The food noise actually does ramp up in the holidays. It's not just you being like a lame loser. I always kind of use that. It's like, oh, just what's wrong with me? I just have no willpower. I just don't have any control. I don't have any discipline. And then you're mean to yourself. And I want to remove that. Right. And so we're going to talk about, excuse me, that today. But in general, it's like, if I can help you move down a path that takes you into turning back your insulin resistance, you can get your body to deliver a different set of results for you. This is so important for you to understand. It's very much like the input that you put into your computer. I feel like AI would be a really good example. So if you use ChatGPT or Grok or whatever for AI, and you input information, it will give you back information. Does anybody remember I Dream of Jeannie? I remember the show so well because it was like my favorite show ever on the face of the planet. And I remember there was an episode about like they were trying to figure out Jeannie's birthday because she didn't have a birthday, right? And so they're trying to input information so that this big, huge wall computer would spit out information about her, and they couldn't get it to spit out the right information because they didn't have the right inputs, right? Well, this is the exact same thing. So we're all genie. We can all like do this, right? Okay, I did that all the time with my girlfriend as a kid. Side note, I remember I have this memory, and I don't even know why this happened. I think it was junior high, and they had donkey basketball. Does that sound like, did anybody else have this? I have no idea why you would have donkeys on the basketball court. This is not a dream, I promise you. But for whatever reason, they had this really weird, maybe it was a homecoming thing. Like, I don't know. But I remember my girlfriend and I, like, we would sit in the stands. We were so young. And we were like, we wanted to be genies so bad. And we would do this. We'd cross our arms and we'd blink. And we'd be like, and then they'd score and we'd be like, woo, it worked. Yeah, whatever. We were being silly. But my point being, I love that show so much. Wow, now you just got inside my head. So there you go. But what you put into your body can change what's coming out of your body in terms of results. You can actually get your body to deliver different results. At the very end, I will show you the total body reset. I do that every day. And I talk to you about that because if you can change the way your liver functions, your gut functions, and bring your insulin down, you will actually be able to burn fat. Because if you have high insulin, you can't burn fat. And if you have a sluggish liver, you can't burn fat. So I want you to know how to do that. And the results for you guys have been amazing. Amazing. And so if you've already got testimonies with the total body reset, put them in the comments and then I will bring them up and we will share with people. Donkey basketball for fundraising, Deborah. I'm not crazy. Yes. I have no idea why they would put donkeys on the court. Like, that's crazy, right? Wouldn't you think that would be harmful? But anyway, yes. Okay, Luana, I'm not crazy. Oh, yay. Lynn says yes. Good morning from Tennessee, Lynn. Are you in Tennessee, Lynn? Am I like forgetting that you're from Tennessee, or are you visiting Tennessee? Tell me right now. In my head, I thought you were... Never mind. You know, my brain. You loved that show too, Susan. I know, right? Like, who were we? I just tell it. But you know what it did? Was it another Long Island, New York? Was that another one? Either way, that's fantastic. It really sparked our imagination. And I love that. And I think that's probably what drew us to it as kids, right? It was very imaginative. And all of those episodes were so much fun. But anyway, is your approach good for those that are gluten intolerant and with digestive issues? That would actually be, you would be my demographic. You would be my demographic because number one, it's all about the gut. Like one of the main pillars of the total body reset is a gastrointestinal primer. But number two, I teach grain-free. So in the group at 3 p.m. today, don't miss out. It's our 30th. We're doing our 30th 5-day free challenge. Ditch insulin resistance for women. That's actually what I should have put on my banner today. But you need to give your email to get in. Okay. So I'm just letting you know that. I don't know if I can do this on the fly. So maybe I won't do it. Yep. I'm not going to do it on the fly. I'm just going to look at comments instead. So we're doing that. And I do teach food in that because being Italian, I had to trade out my foods. I had to trade out what was getting me into the pickle to begin with. And so do you. So gluten-free, I just eliminate the gluten conversation. We just go grain-free for insulin resistance. And digestive, yep, because your digestion is connected to freaking everything. How does this, if at all, help with peri and menopause issues? Wow, that's a really good question. You guys, you're getting ahead of me. This is good. Lynn, I lived here. You're from Missouri. Okay, got it. Okay, good morning from Michigan. Hi, Nancy. Nice to meet you. Very nice to have you here. So yes, when I was perimenopausal in my 40s, and that's when my brain fog got to be really bad. I knew nothing about insulin resistance. I knew nothing about basically anything, but my brain fog and my inability to multitask was at an all-time high. And so that's what actually started helping me I started then working with some adaptogenic herbs, blah, blah, blah. I talked to some of you about that in the back alleys of our conversations because maybe you want recommendations for that. But my point being that I didn't understand anything that I talk to you about right now. Literally everything that I say to you guys every single day was completely foreign to me a little over a decade ago. Very foreign, probably less than a decade, but my perimenopause was at its all-time high, right? Like right before I turned 50. And what I didn't know was insulin is a hormone. And so, as that hormone is high, high, high in your body, and it's probably been high for a good decade and you didn't know it because they're not pulling a fasting insulin test, it's turning upside down all your other hormones. It's affecting all of your other hormones. It's dominoing all of your other hormones. So, how does it connect or how does it help? When you turn back your insulin resistance, all of your other hormones get right sided. You can begin to right side your body, which right sides. Somebody reached out to me this morning about she wants me to chat with her about anxiety and where's that connection? Yep. Yep. I mean, everything is connected, and I am 100% convinced that insulin resistance is the trunk of the tree, and everything else comes off of the trunk of the tree. So, everything else that you have going on, whether it is anxiety or depression or PCOS or fatty liver or type 2 or brain fog, or you can't sleep at night, or you're totally fatigued, or you feel like you just don't know who that person in the mirror is anymore, like, where did she go? I'm so convinced when we have this high of a percentage of insulin resistant people in our nation, and so UK, probably too, right? But I don't know. Canada, probably too. But we have so much insulin resistance that now fatty livers in our kids, like this is it's a full on epidemic, right? So the connections, it's almost like, you can't say always and never and all of those terms that are so blanketing, but we're so close to being able to just say it because it really is almost literally everybody now. So yes, completely 100% exacerbates perimenopause, menopause, makes it so much harder to navigate, makes it feel impossible to lose a pound, makes it feel like you are like, when will you ever feel like your old self again? Very, very much so. So there is a connection. So your brain fog along with ADHD is like a battle within my body. You feel like you can't remember anything. Insulin resistance since gestational diabetes. That's me. That's me. I've been on the verge of type 2 since my last kid. Yep. So I would love to chat with you. I would love to chat with you. And the reason why is because I also was gestational diabetic, and that whole brain fog situation, I actually, before I dealt with my insulin resistance, which is what we're going to get into right now, but before I dealt with it, because I didn't know I had it, didn't know anything, I started with an adaptogenic herb that gave me, it was a mood brightener and a mind brightener. And so I still have that in my line. Yep. 0 at 40. Yep. 0 at 40. What do you mean 0? Tell me what that means. But yeah, I can totally, I thought when I started going live and doing my content, I thought I was going to talk to me between the ages of 40 to 45. Now I have all these amazing results from women that are in their 70s taking back their health. 74, losing 45 pounds in 5 months. Apparently it's not about age, people. Terry lost 49 last year, weighs less than she did 30 years ago. Megda has lost 14 inches off of her entire trunk. Like women in their 60s and 70s is who I ended up really connecting with, apparently. And then you guys like own it and you just take it and you run with it. But last kiddo at age 40. Perfect. That's good to know. Also the joint pain. Yeah, I would really like to talk to you if you're open to that. I can reach out to you after I go live, after I'm done with my live, and just give you some thought process, because it's exactly where I was. It's kind of like looking in the mirror. I was gestational diabetic. I was, I hit my 40s. My brain fog is off the charts. My joint pain is all over the place. And so I started doing things to mitigate all of that. Like my wrists and I hurt so bad. And I don't live like that anymore. at all. But anyway, okay. So let's dive in and get you guys some good content, people. So listen, you are not crazy. You're really not crazy. Don't go into the holidays thinking that you're crazy. There are biological answers for why your food noise is so loud, for why you're like so maybe already in your head thinking about the holidays, thinking about the get together, the party, the whatever, and there's just so much food noise. You're just thinking about what's going to be served and who's going to make what and what are you going to make and what are you going to bring. And it's not just scheduling, right? But it gets to be so loud. And if you feel like everything ramps up inside of your body and around your head in the holidays, you're absolutely right. But let me explain to you why this happens, okay? So you can feel a little better. So you can have a plan, your protein, we talk about that, your routine of supplementation, which I will absolutely talk about that. I do every single day because if you want to expedite, accelerate, or just even help your body dig itself out of its hole, this is the way. Your mindset, but somehow, once November hits, it's like that food noise gets louder. And you're just like, oh, like you're so close to saying something like, why bother? Oh, man. Hold on, I got to plug in my phone. You're just like, why bother? Why should it even matter that I try? Because the holidays are just the holidays. And the sugar, hold on, Instagram. And the sugar, hold on, I'm going to show you my ceiling. There we go. Welcome back. Okay, there we go. And because you're just very much like, you know what? I'll just start again in January. Nobody will even know that I had intentions. Nobody will even know. But let me just share with you because then maybe you'll make different decisions. So, yep, Chipper, I will go through all of that with you. I'll go through all of that with you. Stress, lack of good music, my 3-day-a-week weight workouts can put pounds on me almost overnight at 56, sucky, insulin resistant, undiagnosed though. Yeah, most people aren't diagnosed. They don't do that. They really don't. I'll get into that. It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating because they're not looking to see if you're insulin resistant. They're just waiting for you to become type 2, and then they'll give you some meds. I'm just telling you, that's normal. So, but you start thinking about food all the time again. Like this is what it's like when we kind of hit that November piece, even when you're not hungry, right? And I just want you to know that it's not just you, that there's actually a biological reason that this happens, okay? So food noise is it's not just a lack of willpower, and it's not just bad self-talk, although that comes into play, right? But it's your brain signal. It's your brain signal that your cells aren't getting the message that you've been fed. So let's just talk about insulin resistance 101 for just a second. When you are insulin resistant, it's the fact that your cells in your liver and in your muscles and in your body, they are resistant to insulin. Insulin is the key. It is a key. It's a key hormone to take your fuel and put it into your cell for energy. But when it can't do that, this is why you're exhausted. This is why you're hungry. This is why you can't lose a pound to save your life, because insulin is a fat storing hormone. So it's just going to keep on storing. It's just going to keep on going. And you can go to the doctor and there's not one poster that's ever going to be on a wall that says, psst, if you could get your insulin hormone to come down, you could actually burn fat again. They're not going to tell you that. Either they don't know it, which, come on, that's hard to believe, right? Or they're just not going to tell it to you. And then there's not going to be another poster that says, psst, did you know that if your liver isn't working, you can't burn fat because it's your fat metabolizing organ? Nobody's going to tell you this. And so then you're stuck. And so their answer at the medical matrix office is and I'm not against medicine at all, not at all. I'm just telling you, in this conversation, it's so dang frustrating. And I want you to know, I have not stopped being the same level of frustrated the entire time I've been doing this. That's why I get super opinionated. But it's very, very dumb. It's dumb that we're not told this. because all they'll do is tell you that, oh, your labs are fine until they're not. Now you're pre-diabetic and now you need MET. Oh, and because you're gaining weight, now you need the shoddy shot. And literally that's all they give us. Well, they're giving us the wrong package. And we have to say, that's not the package that I want. I want a different package. I want to actually learn how to make my body produce its own GLP-1 because that is a hormone. And it's produced by my body. I shouldn't have to take a fake one, a synthetic one. I'm not dissing on anybody that does at all because it's helping a lot of people do a lot of things. I'm just telling you, for the majority of us, either we don't want the side effects, we don't want the we don't want the side effects, we don't want the cost, whatever it is. Everybody's got a different thing. Why don't they tell you that your body produces GLP-1 in your gut? Right? So what's happening then is your cell is resistant. Every time you eat, fuel is made, fuel is created, and your insulin is released from your pancreas to go get the fuel, just like a Pac-Man, waka, 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 takes that fuel and puts it into your cell. And your cell goes, yay, I have energy. But when your cell door is closed and it changed the lock and it threw it away, well, it didn't throw it away, but it changed the lock, changed the code. And now insulin is trying to get in there and it's like, come on, open up, I have fuel for you. And your cell says no. So your pancreas says, I probably just need to produce more. I need to produce more insulin. Produce. Now you have high inflammation. So that joint conversation, yeah. High inflammation from high insulin. Okay. And now it produces more, high inflammation, and it's still trying to go, come on, open up. And after a while it goes, oh, well, I'm a fat storing hormone. I guess I'll just store it as fat. And that's why you can't catch a break on your belly fat. And yes, there's a cortisol component because cortisol is another hormone and they're kind of like sister hormones. Okay. So yes, high stress, high insulin, yada, yada. It's all connected. So this is why this is so dang frustrating. So if you do not have a root cause conversation with yourself, a root cause supplementation plan, not just a willy-nilly, I'm going to fill up my cupboard with whatever I see an ad for or whatever is sampled to me at Costco. I'm actually going to have a thought process towards inflammation, gut, liver, insulin. I'm actually going to have a thought process, and that's why all of the results are able to come. But when insulin resistance is present, your cells stop responding to insulin the way they should. Insulin's job is to unlock the cell door and let glucose in so it can be used for energy. But when that door won't open, the glucose stays in the bloodstream. Okay? Stays in the bloodstream. Your brain thinks you're still hungry. Frustrating, right? So it turns up the volume. And you start craving and obsessing and thinking about food non-stop. Okay? It's not about discipline. I understand discipline plays a part in our success of turning things around, but this is not about discipline. It's a signal. It's your body saying, I'm not getting the message that I'm full. I'm not getting the message that I'm full. So the holidays really ramp this up and really make it challenging because there's another event, another party, another spontaneous night out, another cookie bake, another church potluck, another, anything, right? And it's a constant stream now and it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop until well into the new year. And right when you think maybe you've got a handle on something, then Valentine's Day shows up and then Easter shows up. And then it's a long season and it's challenging. That's why getting your foot now solid, let's freaking go. And I'm going to give you so many reasons why you should do it right now. And your future self in January will thank you that you started now. But let's talk about why it gets worse right now. So first, the holiday foods are very carb heavy, they're sugary, and they're everywhere. That floods your system with glucose, which means your insulin levels shoot up and your cells get even more resistant. So you're just boom, boom, boom constantly. And your cells are like, they really lock down, like, oh no, no more. And they really lock down badly, right? So, second, stress and emotions. Come on, you guys. Like, we feel pressure to perform, pressure to buy things, pressure to show up at things, pressure to hang out with people that we don't want to maybe hang out with sometimes, pressure to be around people. We talked about this yesterday. If you go back and watch the replay, you can always find everything on my Tube channel. Those replays are over there. The stream goes over there every day. If that's an easier place to find the replays as opposed to, Facebook and Instagram. But we talked about this yesterday about how there are food pushers and there are food bullies, and they're always paying attention to what you're eating. And you can feel that before you even go to that gathering, to that get together. You just know somebody's going to comment on something. And for me and my Italian family, it went something like this. Eat, welcome, manja, eat, come on. Let's have fun and let's eat. Show respect to the person who made all of this amazing food. But then when you start to gain weight, they go, you should probably lose a few pounds. And then when you start to lose weight, they go, oh, don't you get too skinny now? Ha, ha, ha. Just a joke. Ha, ha, ha. What? What are you even doing right now? Why the mind games around weight? Why the mind games? Right? And so having to like literally detox yourself, but it's coming. These types of different scenarios. I always got different ones. And somebody's going to comment on the way you look, the way you dress, the way you're eating, the way you're not eating. I mean, just like you just don't even want to face it sometimes, right? So the stress can be a lot and the emotions can be even greater, like around the holiday season. That's just the way that it is. But it can also bring joy. It can also bring happiness. It can also bring so many good things. And it's just us having to be intentional about where we spend our time, where we spend our energy, and how we choose to find the joy in the season, whether it's it doesn't matter what I like to do, but whether it's, there are charities that you can give money to. There are, you can go and you can pack food for Feed My Starving Children. We actually just did that as a business team, a local business team here in Minneapolis. There were, I don't even know how many of us, 150 of us. And we spent a couple hours. That was one of the most fulfilling things that I've done in a long time. And it was also fun. So you can choose all of these things, but you have to identify where your stressors are, right? But the problem is that food equals connection. So even if you're full, the brain associates certain foods, like somebody's, famous dessert, somebody's famous cookie, somebody's famous lasagna, somebody's whatever it is in the family, right? You associate it with comfort and safety. Safety. Got it? So you're not just fighting sugar, you are actually now fighting nostalgia. Right? So you're dealing with insulin, cortisol, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, all colliding in one moment. Bam! At a Christmas party. Does that make sense in your head? You guys are awesome. Or get jealous that you lose and try to sidetrack you. Yes. And I'm not dissing on the people. I'm just telling you, if you're aware that you're kind of walking into that, you can have your own answer to things. Those people, my body is not up for discussion. Thanks. Yes, I agree. Yep. Feed My Starving Children is a great group. Very humbling. Very humbling. Yeah, we crushed it too. As a group, man, we crushed it. We were sending food to Haiti, and it was like we just went all in, man. Portuguese friends and family always gather around the table. Yep. Listen, my best memories, and I'm not going to dog on my memories. Like, this was my culture. This is my heritage. I'm excited. I look forward to now my grandchildren growing up and being, the home that everybody gets to come to and have all the good food and all of the, enjoyment and the laughter and the build the gingerbread house. And I want to do all of that, right? But first, sometimes we have to deal just a little bit right here and right here for ourselves as we're navigating. This is why doing it all in one season, it might not happen. You might not be 100% perfect this year, right? You have to give yourself grace and choose to do the journey without shame. This is what we were talking about yesterday. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys have good things to say. Hold on. Rose says that she's got issues with her weight because you don't have a thyroid. And just to let you know, Rose, when we talk about the total body reset right now, or here in just a minute, your liver is where your thyroid hormones are converted. So that's why liver is so important. Hold on. Terry finally made it. Good to see you, Terry. I know I'm way behind on looking at you guys. Chilly, sunny Florida. Love that. You're baking cookies for a catering job for your daughter. You baked 10 dozen yesterday and was not even tempted. Patty, who are you? That is amazing. 10 dozen? That is amazing. You guys have to know Patty's like on her own journey right now. She's been doing the total body reset for 5 months. She's lost, I think, I don't know what it is now, but it was 14 pounds and you've lost 10 inches off your trunk. So you're like, go, go, go. I'm so proud of you. You're thinking more about food now so you can plan your holiday meals around your insulin resistance. Yes. Just, you know what? Find a trade out here. Find a trade out there. Jody. Welcome, Jody. Jody is new to my business team. Everybody say hi to Jody. She's local here in Minnesota. You've lost 11 pounds since July. You weighed in at the doctor today. That's fantastic. I'll let you know how much my results have improved. Your insulin is down. Your liver function has improved. And you feel the inches have reduced. And you were the one who didn't measure when you started in May. Oh, you're just a little copycat like me, or a copycat of me, because that's what I did. I didn't measure either. Didn't measure when you started in May, and you really started to follow day to day in July. It's amazing, Jody. It's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. You are in fat burning mode now. I love it. I love it, because you guys, I'm just telling you, we can follow all of the marketing of all of the fancy programs, but if we never address our root cause inside of our bodies, our body will not deliver the result you want. You might get it for a minute. And the key testimony that I would get from somebody would be, I've worked so hard to lose 9 pounds with this program. Let's pretend it's counting points. This is an actual testimony. And the second that I stopped doing that, I gained 5 pounds, because potentially you shifted so that you weren't eating maybe as much processed food. So you lose water weight, you lose inflammation, all of those good things. Yay, that's really good, right? But when you can see that your liver function has changed and your insulin has come down, or that an MRI says that your fatty liver went from bad to mild, now you understand. You're like, oh, ding, 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 ding. My insulin is down and my liver is better. That means that what I'm losing is actually fat. I'm actually burning fat. This is a completely different conversation. This is why it gets so exciting. Okay. Hashimoto's nodular thyroid, 34 years. Oops, come on. There we go. Osteoarthritis, 30 years, pre-diabetic, 40 years, no gallbladder, 20 years, and many, many more. Chronic pain, 24/7, need hip replacement and end stage. Every doctor tells me to reduce stress. Lori, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yep, I know. That is a lot. I'm sorry. And you know what? That hip replacement, my mom had like 5 of them. She had 5, and then she had a knee replacement also. Because I'm just going to tell you, so when you have that high of inflammation in your body for so long, it shows up in all of those areas. My mother was diagnosed with every arthritis, whatever. And I'm so convinced that had she changed and shifted her swam a different direction, she would have gotten different results from her body. Her body would have produced different results. Can we do the reset if we do not need to lose a lot of weight? 100%. Yes, because even though the majority of my people have weight to lose, you do not have to have weight to lose in order to be insulin resistant. You can be skinny and have fatty liver. So it's not that it's going to make your body lose weight that it doesn't need to lose. It's that it's going to bring into alignment your insulin, your liver, get your liver reset, get your liver going again, and help your gut to bring down all that inflammation. So you guys are so good to each other. I want to be like Patty when I grow up, Lynn says. Patty, you're inspiring other women. I love this so much. Oh, you guys, see, look at you guys. Joan says, good job, Patty. You guys are amazing. Okay, so this is what Patty did. So I hope that answers that question. As a way you can join with the guilt without that way. Hold on. You want to be like Patty? Somebody else wants to be like you too, Patty. This is so fun. You've started to do alternate dishes. Good job. Good job. I'm proud of you for doing that. That's wonderful. Yeah. So this is the total body reset. This is what Patty has been doing. This is what Magda did for her MRI on her fatty liver. This is what Terry did to be able to tuck in her blouse and weigh less than she did 30 years ago for those that do need to lose weight. But I'm telling you, it's your labs. It's your labs. I'm excited that you're losing inches. I am. Listen, I lost my 3 sizes. I'm happy about that, but it's your labs. It's the person who writes me and says, like she might even be on here, I'm off of 10 meds now. What? Because high insulin does so much damage inside your body and it leads to everything. So turn it around. So the total body reset, 6 pieces to the total body reset. Super simple, 6 pieces. I started with 3 a little over 10 years ago. And since then, things have been added. These 3 have been added. And this is now, you guys crush my results. You crush them. But we're bringing down insulin and we're leveling up the function of the liver and we're getting your gut to do what it needs to do. And this is how your body goes. It kind of is like your body is down here and it wakes up. And it actually begins to perform. Let's just go back quickly to what Jody just said. Since July, she's lost 11 pounds. Okay. She's lost 11 pounds. She said, I'll let you know how much my results have improved. Her insulin is down. Her liver function has improved. And she knows that she can feel the inches that have been reduced right in here. Okay. Because it's going to target your visceral fat. Visceral fat is being laid down from your insulin being too high all the time. Number 1, because your cell is resistant to the insulin. And number 2, we eat all the time. We don't even stop eating. So our body is constantly in insulin producing mode because we snack and we snack and we snack and we snack. Okay. So that's 2 things. So when I started with the trio, which are the 3 sups that have the 3 ingredients. I have to be careful with my language. The 3 sups with the 3 ingredients that help with insulin sensitivity. And this is where I started, these 3 right here. And I got to be careful about tickety-tock seeing stuff. So these 3 right here. And I just did these. I didn't believe that they were going to do anything for me. I was never a supplementer. I had no reason to believe that they were going to help me to do anything. I knew nothing. I didn't even know at that point that high insulin meant I wasn't going to burn fat. Like I didn't know what I was fixing. But this is 3 times a day and will help to bring down sugars and to bring down insulin separately of each other. These 2 are twice a day. This one is for liver and this one is for metabolism. Okay. And so it's just a matter of getting your body to function. But then add in the 4th one, which is the primer. This is where I put this in cold water every morning. And I just take it like a wellness shot. It's 6 different blends, tastes like green tea, very turmeric-y, gingery. And it is such a change agent for people's bodies. I am not confused as to the digestive issues that we're living with. I'm not confused at all. As for the United States, I know people are on here from the UK and Canada, but for the United States, we have killed off in the last 60 years, something like that, half of our bacteria, half of our, how does this go? Like half of our microbiome, bacterium, is that what we would say? Microbes. We've killed them off, the variety, the species. And so we don't have as much to work with anymore. And they know this from doing fecal samples from people in Tanzania, people in Brazil, people in the United States. So we already are kind of faced with, issues like that. Our diet is so poor. We're eating so much processed food. We're eating massive, insane amounts of grain. And that grain is basically, sprayed with glyphosate and all of these problems. So come in with like a gut primer like this. This helps digestion. This helps inflammation in the gut, leaky gut, liver. Get your body to run again. So I have people with short gut syndrome, people with a lot of, which is a lot of diarrhea, people with a lot of constipation, indigestion, people who are having a hard time sleeping at night. The fatigue is just too much, and you just have got to get that impacted waste moving through your body and get that inflammation to go, because we have so much inflammation going on. So that's what the gut primer is. And then a probiotic. This is the fifth piece. 5 live strains. You just put it on your tongue every day. So only 3 are 2 tablets, a capsule, a powder for water. Not everything is a pill. A lot of people like that. Probiotic powder on your tongue. Don't take it with anything hot. Don't down it with coffee because they're alive. You put that on your tongue. Tastes like the bottom of a cereal bag. I'm not kidding. And the very last one that I show you is this. This is the orange pixie stick. So this is actually created to target your visceral fat. It tastes like orange candy. It doesn't taste sort of like orange candy. It tastes exactly like an orange pixie stick. You put that on your tongue, and this is actually created as a pre-workout. There's no caffeine, there's no jitters, nothing like that. But it's a clinical dose of an extract that targets what's being laid down underneath from your insulin. It's being laid down way underneath. That's why when I tell you that Magda lost 14 inches and it was from here underneath her bust all the way down through her hips, it's because that's where the visceral fat is getting laid down in your body. It's not here. This is not, if you have fat pockets on your arms, this is not considered visceral fat. This is subcutaneous fat, whatever. You know what I mean? Like if you have a fat under your double chin, this is not visceral fat. This is not dangerous fat. This is not dangerous fat. This is just annoying. This is just frustrating. This is visceral fat. It's alive. It emits hormones and it emits inflammation. So when you take all 6, and I'm going to give you some very specific good news and instructions here. Okay. So when you do all 6 like this, this is where pretty much the majority of all of the results come from when I talk about stuff. Yes, I have conversations with you, especially in the group, about working with anxiety and adaptogenic herbs and magnesium. And I have many different pieces. Right now, I'm testing myself. So I haven't even told you guys about it a lot yet. I'm testing myself, brand new launch of the lion's mane, which is a functional mushroom. And I'm testing the horny goat weed with tribulus, which is really helpful for your hormones. And so I'm testing these things just to see what I can tell. And then I'll bring that to you. But this is the majority of what we talk about, okay? Now, what is the good news? The good news is that they have had this customer campaign going since last March, but they're doing an extra bonus in January. So if you're already on it, you're going to get that extra $50 off. So don't even worry about it. But if you're brand new to this little world of mine where we walk journey together and we do this, and then we've got our free challenges in the group, you don't have to be on the Total Body Reset to be in there. But I'm just telling you, like, we do this together so that you can actually get the results you want. It's like we connect through something like the Total Body Reset, and then you get me. And I feel like that's a great asset because you don't want to do it alone, right? Somebody who's been there and maybe can know some of the connections, the connections of thinking you're crazy. But anyway, When you purchase 150 or more 3 months in a row, and let's say you're doing November, December, January right now, because we're in November, in January, normally you would get $75 off. You can do this all year round. Every 3 months, 150 or more, boom, 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 $75 off. Boom, 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 $75 off. Boom, boom. You can do this, rinse and repeat. But in January, you're going to get an extra 50. So you're going to start right here, November, December, January, and you're going to get 125 off. That's crazy pants. Okay. So to have somebody actually reward you for consistency, to have somebody actually reward you for your wellness journey, that's really a big deal. Okay. So I just want you to know that that exists. Must be a registered customer, cannot check out as a guest. Don't do it. Don't check out as a guest. You will miss out on free shipping and you'll miss out on the cashing in. So I don't want you to do that. Okay. I think I have some other questions. Hold on. I thought I missed one. Most probiotics do not have juice with. Good point. Particularly orange juice. Do the packets get mixed with anything? I don't mix them with anything. It's a good question though. I don't. I literally just put them right on my tongue. Number one, I don't drink juice of any kind because no. Juice is really bad when you're insulin resistant. It's all fructose. It goes right through your liver. So I don't do any juice anyway, but for sure, just don't do anything hot, nothing hot. Okay. That's the biggest piece. And so then what else was I going to tell you? So I was also going to tell you, you love being paid to eat and supplement in a healthy way. I know, Patty. I know. It literally, in the last 15 years, it is the best customer campaign I have ever seen, hands down. And it is you guys, you and other people, but I'm just going to say it's all my people. You are crushing the numbers. The company is like, whoa, people like this campaign. So I'm just telling you, I think they're really impressed with how many people are actually excited to have, instead of being thrown, some points for this and points for that and tracking this, they literally just go, and they erase it, right? They don't care what you ordered. They don't care if it's packaged. They don't care. You just get $75 off every 3 months if you are registered. And if you purchase 150 or more as a subtotal 3 months in a row, and it doesn't even have to be any of the products I'm talking about. So it's a really good deal. So Patty, you're so funny. Yeah, I think a lot of people like getting paid. Everybody wants to get paid cash, and $75 is nothing to sneeze at. Here we are in the holiday season and we're trying to get all of our ducks in a row. And when we hit January, we are either excited about the decisions that we made or we are in regret over the decisions that we made. Not just our own eating and our own socialization, but in maybe the money that we spent. So to get $125 off in January is what? That is a good payday. I'm just telling you. Magda, put the pixie stick in yogurt. Good idea. Did Magda ask that, Terry? Did I miss that? Thank you for answering that. You know what? I think it's a comment that I can't see, Terry. That happened. So thank you for answering. You tried it and it's so good. You added a little vanilla and stevia. This is such a great tip. So because this is very orange, if you were to put this, because this is not protected by not using heat. This is just the, you got your last $75 off this weekend. Yay! I love that. I know. Doesn't it feel good, you guys? So this is like that orange pixie stick. So you could just put this right into a vanilla yogurt. I like the Oikos yogurt, 000. Okay. Sweetened with stevia. And then Terry is saying that she added a little vanilla and stevia. She probably used unsweetened or unflavored yogurt. And it makes it kind of dreamsicle-like, right? That vanilla orange. You chose to be excited over my current decisions in Jan. Yay! I love this. So she says, I chose to be excited. Chris is saying, I chose to be excited over my current decisions in January. Amen, Chris. I'm telling you, you guys, you can actually do that. You can go forward in your mind, take yourself mentally into the month of January, turn around and look and see, what decisions did I make in November and December. And this doesn't have to do anything, doesn't have to be just about your supplement routine or the way that you ate or the holidays, or it can just be about anything. How did I navigate the holidays? Did I prioritize bringing down my stress? And what is that for me? Did I prioritize? Maybe Christmas music for you really is the bomb.com and you love, like, Christmas music just makes you light up inside. Did you play enough Christmas music? Did you have it going all the time? Maybe getting out. Sometimes for me, I just want to go out and walk the mall. I love walking the mall. It's decorated. I love going. There's a store in the cities called Von Mar. It's kind of regional to this area, but probably very much like a Nordstrom's, but they go crazy at Christmas time. They always have all year long. They have live pianists, but at Christmas time, they are decorated to the nines. You walk in and you swear you just walked into, like, Christmas land. I love just going and walking in there and just sitting down and listening to the pianist and whatever. What is it for you? You have to identify for you. You're in January. You turn back and you look at yourself right now, standing here, November 4th. What did you do for those 60 days? What did you do? And you'll be so happy that you did that. So Chris is making sure that in December or in January, she's going to be happy she did what she did. Meg mentioned it in another day recently. Okay. You guys are so helpful for each other. Good morning, Carmel. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, so this is what we got going on now. Let's do some housekeeping. In the group Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women, and I always make sure to say, put your email in to get in. We have our 5-day challenge going on right now. And today is day number 2. And so at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, and by the way, in the future, that time will change. It's going to come earlier. In that group today, we are going to do our second day. Yesterday, we talked all about insulin resistance. That replay is up in the featured section. Today, we're going to do ingredient trade-outs. And then tomorrow, I'm going to take you into my pantry and my refrigerator. On Thursday, we are going to take a deep dive into root cause supplementation, how to deal with the root cause. It's expanded beyond what little I say here about the total body reset. And then on Friday, we're going to do a recipe. So it's a really great place to be. And then we do this every single month. We've done this 30 months in a row now. And that's how you can be like, oh, that's how I could actually have like a path. Like, that's a blueprint for me. I can do that month after month after month after month. Terry's like on her 18th. She's for a year and a half. She's done the challenge every single month. It's free. You don't even have to sign up for it. You just show up. And it's just a way for you to, like, get a little bit of nuggets and then apply them and then do it again. And pretty soon, 18 months later, you've changed the language. You've changed the conversation in your head. You've changed the narrative, the story. You've changed your story. And then you become somebody who you never thought you could become. But the point is that you don't wake up and you're fixed. You become the better version of yourself as you identify maybe things that have been triggering you about food, or the emotional connections, or why do you eat when you're stressed, or why does that cause you anxiety? Or you walk your journey, and pretty soon you overcome those things, and you like emerge at a different level and in a different place. And you're like so happy that you did that. It's so worth your investment into you. You're so worth it. And 5 years from now, that version of you will thank you. So December is your birthday month. It's happy and lighthearted. It's a happy and lighthearted month. That's great. What day are you born on, Patty? My daughter is the 8th of December. My daughter is the 8th. So that's fantastic. All right. So tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, I will be back here. At 3 p.m. today, I'll be in the group Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. And we are going to go ahead and do day 2 of very cool, Patty. Very cool. The 17th. Happy December birthday coming up. And we will be able to take you through this week and wrap up this challenge so that you have something to focus on between now and the challenge in December. So, Lynn, is yours the 17th of December, Lynn? Or is it just December in general? That's crazy. What are y'all born in December? That's nutso. Nutso, man. Okay, so I will see you tomorrow. Have the best day ever on the face of the planet. If you need the total body reset, you can either go to my site, which is my first and last name, .com, just December, very good, .com, Kirsten Liebelt.com, and it's right here for Facebook. It's on the screen over here. And when you go there, you'll know you're there because you'll see my picture. It's also in my bio on my Instagram, and it's in my bio on TikTok. You can just find it. It's right there. You'll see my picture. You'll do one little mini scroll, and the total body reset is right there, 4th button. Do one more little mini scroll, and you're going to see my before and after picture. And underneath it, you're going to see free resources. Free, free, free. Then if you go all the way, if you go all the way to the bottom, that's how you can contact me. So life is very simple and it's very streamlined. Not a lot of noise or chaos. This is very I want everything to be clear and easy so that your brain doesn't have to work too hard to figure it all out, okay? But in the meantime, you can always reach out to me, ask questions. I'm working with somebody right now behind the scenes this morning. She wants to customize a cart for herself. That's what I'm here for you to go, you know what? I'm not really sure that I need this, but I think I might need this. Perfect. Let's chat. Let's put together something customized for you, okay? And you can reach out and talk to me about that. Sue's birthday is the 17th too. Lynn says the same as Walt Disney. That is so funny. You guys are awesome. You are welcome, Deborah. You have such a good day. You guys are awesome. See you later, Chris. All right, everybody have a good day. It's Happy Tuesday. See you tomorrow, Wednesday. Wednesdays are usually the busy day here, so